God is balance. Homosexuality is close to God's energy. So homosexuals are attracted to other homosexuals. All right. Homosexuals find homosexuality beautiful. They find it sexy. Think about it. The programming keeps trying to convince people that homosexuals like straight people, that homosexual women want straight women, that homosexual men want straight men. That's not the case. Homosexual men like men. Homosexual women like women. But that don't mean they like straight women. This is how you could tell. Homosexuals don't watch straight porn. Homosexuals watch homosexual porn. Hey, year, what's good, y'all? It's your bro, the God. Today I'm talking about natural homosexual attraction. So for the people saying that homosexuality is not natural, that is not of God, break this down to you, alright? Homosexuality is natural and it is in nature. Remember, nature is God. So of course it is of God. Now, where do you see homosexuality at? You see it in species that are overpopulating a certain area and don't have enough natural predators or don't have any natural predators to control that population. So the way nature, God, controls that population is he creates homosexuality within that species. Key example, lions. Lions have no natural predators. You feel me? They are the apex predators of their area. So if lions overpopulate a certain area, they fuck up the balance. Remember, nature, God, is all about balance. So what nature does is that it creates homosexual lions. There's homosexual male lions and there's homosexual female lions. Homosexual female lions are typically females that are born with too much testosterone. So they grow like a little bit of a mane and shit and they can't reproduce. So they really fuck with just the female lions. They don't really fuck with the male lions like that. And the male lions don't try mating with them, you feel me? Because they can smell testosterone on them and they know they can't reproduce. Also, there's homosexual male lions. Those are typically male lions that don't have that much testosterone, so they don't have the urge to reproduce at all. So in turn, since they mostly are around male lions, that's who they flirt with, that's who they chill with, and they're usually attracted to other homosexual lions. Which brings me to homosexual attraction. What are homosexuals attracted to? Now remember, homosexuals are spiritually balanced. They are as balanced as our avatars can be, because they have the energy that they're born with, the masculine energy if they're male, and then the feminine energy because they're attracted to masculine energy. So they are spiritually balanced. So they are attracted to balance. God is balance. Homosexuality is close to God's energy. So homosexuals are attracted to other homosexuals. All right, homosexuals find homosexuality beautiful. They find it sexy. Think about it. The programming keeps trying to convince people that homosexuals like straight people, that homosexual women want straight women, that homosexual men want straight men. That's not the case. Homosexual men like men. Homosexual women like women. But that don't mean they like straight women. This is how you could tell. Homosexuals don't watch straight porn. Homosexuals watch homosexual porn. You feel me? Because a gay man doesn't want to see a pussy when he's watching porn. A gay woman doesn't want to see dick when she watches porn. So that's how you could tell that they are attracted to homosexuals. It's just they're also attracted to the gender, so it's easy to get confused, and that's what the programming does. Now, let's remember what's a homosexual's natural role. It's to connect the genders, is to connect with those in their same gender. You feel me? So homosexual males have to connect with heterosexual males and basically teach and aid them how to utilize or how to, accept their feminine energy. So that way it could be easier for them to connect with females. That way it could be easier for them to express and communicate. And also for homosexual females, they have to connect with heterosexual females and aid them in utilizing their masculine energy and showing them how to be more structured, right? And how to be more, disciplined, how to be less emotional, be more straightforward sometimes. That's how they could aid them. But in order for them to aid their own gender, in order to aid in the connection of humanity, homosexuals have to do this. And this is what the programming is trying to stop them from doing. They need to accept themselves. They need to accept that they are homosexuals. They need to accept that they are most attracted to homosexuals. If homosexuals were to get with heterosexuals, it will fuck up the balance, one. Also, it would fuck up reproduction. They are meant as almost as like a speed bump in reproduction. They're not meant to stop reproduction. They're meant as like a speed bump in reproduction in a species. That's why you mostly see homosexual humans in big cities where an area is overpopulated by a certain species, us. So the biggest problem homosexuals are having now is that they feel that society is not accepting them. But that society will accept them when they accept themselves. The programming keeps on telling them that they are not accepted. They are not accepted. But remember, your outer world is interpretation of your inner world. It just reflects your inner world. So you got to accept yourself. You got to trust yourself. You got to respect yourself. And in turn, your outer world will show that. Your opposite sexual orientation will also reflect that. They'll accept you. They'll respect you and they'll trust you. You feel me? In order for a homosexual male to communicate and build a bond and build a connection with heterosexual males, in order to aid them in utilizing their feminine energy to communicate and express themselves better, there has to be an acceptance of each other, and also there has to be a respect. There has to be a mutual respect. We have to be able to respect that our boundaries. You got to respect that that person is heterosexual. You got to respect that that person is homosexual. There has to be a respect there. Also, once you got the respect there, the very next step is that there's going to be trust. Once there's acceptance, then there's respect. What follows will be trust. And once that trust is there, then the communication could be there. And then the next thing that will happen is unification. And that's the next step that we need in society. So in order for that to happen, we need the homosexual community to accept themselves, to trust themselves, and respect themselves. So that way we can reflect that. It's hard to accept, respect, and trust someone who doesn't first do that with themselves, all right? It's your boy, the God. I'll catch y'all next time. 1.